Alright guys, G-Wiz here. So, just gonna cap off on how my day went with everything and just like kind of like follow up with you guys on like the app and everything. So, I got paid in total $98 in order to go and take care of those boxes. Here's the thing, $98 is good. It was 68 and then it was 30. It comes up to about $98 for that one job. Now, that was a smaller hauling job. It's a small hauling job.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
When I was a little upset about the customer. I did not rate them because I have no idea how to rate them, if it was my fault or not. But personally, I felt like I should have been paid about 120. And the reason why I say that is because he had more boxes than I imagined. So
your destination is on the left.
And from what I could see, there's like a box here, and there's like maybe like a box over here. But when you look at everything put together, you have a full trailer. So that was the problem. Was we had a full trailer full of stuff. I hired some guy. I was lucky. The reason why I was able to make so much off of this. So it's like you have the dump run. There was so much stuff that you absolutely have to have a dump run, which is going to cost you about $60. You'd be lucky if you can get it for less, but really you can't. So, you know, it's going to be about $60. So I make $40 out of that. And I have to also rent the trailer, mind you, which is $20, which means I don't make any money off of that. I only make $20. Here's the catch. Because I hired someone for $20, there's all my money, right? I was also able to get another job and get the trailer for free. But that, honestly, it's gonna have to get a thumbs down on Takl's part. The reason why is because you should never be charging a hauling job less than $150. If that provider is not getting less than like, you know, if he's not getting more than like $150 to do a hauling job, it's probably not worth it. The reason why I say that is because it is so crucial that that provider is getting paid. If he doesn't get paid that kind of money, then it's really like a big issue. Actually, I'm gonna park right here, but yeah. Let's finish up real quick. So I'm gonna run you through how my day went. So basically, I got really lucky and I hired a guy that was just outside of the U-Haul. So even though I was doing this job for like $100, he had so many boxes that I almost gave up on him. I almost gave up on this person that was, you know, he had so much stuff that I couldn't even get it inside my trailer. It's only supposed to be like one pickup truck. I have a trailer 5x8. 5x8 is enough. That's a pickup truck, all right? There shouldn't be any more need for anything else. That means that you don't necessarily need to have a trailer, but even if I didn't rent a trailer and I brought a truck down here, think about how much more gas I'm spending using a truck instead of a car in order to come all the way down here, plus round trip. You're talking an extra $10 when I use the truck. So it's already bigger risk. And then how big of a truck do you have to have? You have to have a huge truck, like in order to be able to carry that much stuff. You have to have like an 8-foot bed. So it's like you can't even take the jobs unless you have a pickup truck, which I think is ridiculous. You should be able to rent a trailer in order to do the job. And that should only cost you about $20, which is why I think it's crucial that the hauling jobs have to be at a higher price with Takl. So if you're hiring people on Takl to do hauling, like I don't recommend, if you're doing Takl yourself as a provider, to not necessarily accept a job or to do while you're at it when you're there. If that guy, see, my problem was this client. The reason why I didn't rate him, I should have rated him 3 stars, but obviously it's because impulsiveness, and you can't blame someone for their for expecting a certain pay. Like they expect a certain pay, but you can't just like put the cheapest price and do something you think is only worth $100. No, that is $150 if it is worth putting an entire pickup load. An entire pickup load is $150. This is a little bit on Takl, and I'm trying to help everyone out here. You need $20 and $60. You need at least $80 to cover your overhead. Not even including gas. Not even including gas. If you had gas on top of that, yes. And if you want hired help, I mean, I paid this guy $20 to help me out, but he got me another job. So I ended up getting like $160. So I only covered my overhead, which means I only made $160 out of everything that we did. So that's just what I'm saying. Like, the only reason why I did as good as I did is because I got lucky. That was it. But if you're gonna hire people, hire them to make them at least $150, which means you're gonna spend $200. That's just how it is. You spend $200. That includes the dump fee, actually. So really, if you're calculating the dump fee, just put the dump fee into it. Consideration that they're going to get about $30, which means you can put about $180. Not exactly 200, about 180. Takl will take 30 out of that, and then you're also giving them $30, so it's about $210. So let's just say give them about $200 with the fees and everything like that. About $200, which should be about what you should be paying anyone, bare minimum. And if you are a provider, don't accept a job for less, because you will not make any money. You'll go broke very quickly. And people renting trailers, driving their cars, putting their car in danger, and hauling away something to take it to the dump, doing heavy loads, they deserve at least $100 just for the labor. Sorry to say it, at least 50, but you don't make anything. So the way I calculated it was a provider can make at least $50. $50 is better than nothing, especially for like an hour or so or labor. It's about maybe like an hour or two. You have to drive all the way down here, of course, which is going to take about 30 minutes to an hour for a now task. The reason why I was able to take it is because I was in Concord, like I was saying. So I was in Concord, and I drove down here. It took about 20 minutes when I was in Concord. And the reason why I was in Concord is I was doing Lyft. So, you know, I was sleeping in my car, obviously. It was just disgusting a little bit. I'm going to 24-hour fitness. I'm going to go take a shower and maybe get like my clothes clean or whatever. But have spare clothes in the car. Just change up real quick. I have another shirt. Anyway, so that is how that goes. So, sorry, $100 is not enough money in order to be able to cover those expenses. I have to make at least $150 or it doesn't make any sense, which means that person has to pay at least $200. I think we make perfect sense when we say this. Like, you can say, oh, $200 is so much money. No, then don't hire anyone. Go do something yourself, maybe. Or you can hire someone in order to do the job for you because you're trying to get everything done quickly and you have the money. Yeah, hire people in order to move things for you. That's great. You don't have to waste your back. You don't have to, like, you know, go through all, like, the, you don't have to, you know, go through a U-Haul in order to move anything yourself. You don't have to go pay the dump yourself, because if you did it yourself, you're going to end up spending at least $100 yourself. You're going to spend $100 yourself anyway. You rent a truck because you don't have anything to haul with. Think about that. That's a minimum of $40 practically. $30 to $40 because you're going to be driving it around. And you're going to spend gas. It's $40. You're going to have to rent the trailer. Or you're going to try to put everything inside your truck. That could work too. So about $30 to $40 to rent the truck. That includes putting gas in it as well. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. It's about $40 with the gas, because these things use up a lot of gas. Just saying. So $40 and then $60 for the dump. You're going to spend $100 and you're going to waste your time. If your time is that important, you're going to pay someone at least $50. It's all there is to it, which means you're going to pay Takl $200 because they get you the people, not just on Craigslist. And even if it was just on Craigslist, why would you trust Craigslist? Because it's cheaper. Craigslist is cheaper and there's a lot of people. What I don't like about Craigslist is they have people that own these companies and then they pay their workers only like $15 an hour. You know what I paid my worker after we got finished doing all this work? $140. And had I gotten another job for another $300, I would have paid him another $100. My worker would have made $240. What do these other companies pay these people? $15 an hour for like 5 hours of work? It's nothing. That's like barely it's like barely $75. And they take out their taxes. So they're not paying it up front. They're saying that they're doing their taxes for them so that they can take a little bit extra off of them. So they're only really giving them about $55 for that day. Doing all that hard labor. And pushing them around. And scolding them all the time. and basically debilitating them to where they can't own their own business because that's the bare minimum for them to get by. I don't like those companies. I'd rather hire an independent company, a guy that owns it himself, does it himself, and is just cool like that, personally. Because it makes more sense. That person can generate his own money. He can buy a truck. He can go and make more money with that truck. And because he's making more money with that truck, it's being more efficient, more economical. You generate more tax dollars than everyone else. He's going to get a higher percentage on his taxes taken away. Instead of 10%, now it's 20%, now it's 30%. Adds up. Let's be efficient. Takl, I expect greatness from you. I expect greatness. I expect greatness. This was not the best way to do it. You should I honestly think that there should be an integration where if it has to do with a full pickup load, you should have a full pickup load for $200. $200. Take out the 30%, keep the 30%, give your provider at least 150 or 160, preferably 160. $60. Great. That's good money. That's like for an hour of your time, maybe 2 hours of your time because you have to drive out here, you get $60. That's great. $60 to come drive out 30 miles, maybe 20 miles, maybe 15 miles, you never know. To drive anywhere from like 15 to 30 miles or less, usually it's about 15 to 30 miles, let's be real. 15 to 30 miles to go and do a job and make $60. Don't set them up and make it look like it's like set in stone for the customer and for the provider, and then have the provider make no money. That's really, it's a big mistake. It's a really, really big mistake. You know what you're doing? You're making it to where you're encouraging providers and other people that work for you to litter your streets, to litter the streets, to cause like mayhem and destruction. The only reason why I was able to survive is because I had a guy that said that he can get another job, and he did. And that's exactly what happened. But I'm very disappointed with the system right now because it needs to be improved. And that's just how it is. You have to make it to where Takl makes more money and providers make enough money. I mean, it just has to be that way. That's all there is to it. You cannot avoid it. And honestly, who's to say $250 minimum is a bad thing? $150 minimum is good. Yes. But with Takl, it being a service that runs off of dumps and whatnot, it should be like $200 as a recommended amount. And you should have it to where, like, if you are going to keep the cheaper options for like, like $90, I don't know, like $85 for like a haul, minimum, that because I received $68, so 85, it's okay. But really, you need to, in order for the provider to make any kind of money at all, it should be more than that, to be honest. Because the $30 fee, the $30 dump fee is not 30, nowhere's 30. I don't know why they say $30 is the average for a dump fee in this area. That's not true. Go to any of these dumps over here, any recycling center. They'll charge you $60. It's not 30. So in a sense, that dump fee of only 30 should only be enough for half of that. Now, if it was just a bunch of big boxes that were empty and there was nothing inside of these boxes, I can fold it up and fill part of my trailer with it. Yeah, great. $50. Great. Because you don't even have to use the dump. You can just go and take care of it and leave. Maybe like use someone else's garbage because it's not really that much stuff. Probably get their permission, because really, I mean, what's a little bit of cardboard boxes? But you gotta pay the providers a little bit more money, people. just use math. Don't just assume that a company knows what they're doing. They don't always. Takl's pretty new. You know, everyone makes mistakes. You know, being frugal is not what we should be doing. We should be constantly trying to be efficient with like how we do business. $200 versus $100. Think about it like this. Like if Takl were to only continue doing $120, they're only going to make $27. If they doubled that, then they would make close to $50.